All right, it's a recording on my end. Awesome. All right, so thanks everybody again for joining. I am Nick Bono, marketing specialist here at LEDVANCE, and today we'll be presenting the LEDVANCE product launch for May of 2022. So let's move right along. This is the agenda for today. So as you can see, we have a lot of products, but we do have a lot of great products that the PMs will be talking to. So with that, we'll move right along and I'll hand it off to Emily.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. We're going to start off talking about our new superior class area flood 4A. On the next slide. So this will be our first product in outdoor that will be in the superior class or spec grade category. So it will include, it will be wattage selectable. It'll have 3 wattage sizes, a 50, 70, 100, a 120, 150, 200, and a 240, 270, 300. It will be up to 40,000 lumens, lifetime of 100,000 hours. It will have a 10-year warranty associated with it, and it'll have a variety of distributions, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a front row optic for lighting car lots. 120 to 277 volt will be available in the very beginning, and then we will add 347, 480 as a made to order. It will be available in 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000 K, but it will not be selectable CCT. You will have to specify the CCT for the project. It will come as a standard in bronze, but it will be available in custom colors if needed, like white, black, and it will have a variety of controls options. So it will have a 7-pin photo control, and it will also have a Zaga receptacle on the bottom where we can use our Bluetooth sensor. It will come with a universal bracket, which is shown in the bottom left. We'll get into a little more details on that later, but every product will come with the universal mounting bracket. And the 3000K will come with a fixed mounting bracket because it will meet dark sky and lunar requirements when using the fixed bracket. Next slide. So each luminaire will come with the fixed mounting, will come with the universal mounting bracket, which can be used for round and square poles, and it can also be used for wall mount and slip footer mounting. The 3000K will come with a fixed bracket so that it can be dark sky compliant. It will be a TAA compliant product that can be used on government sponsored projects. And each unit will come with a 7-pin photo cell receptacle, which will be located on the top. And then a Zaga sensor can be added on the bottom as well. Next slide. So here's some more details on the brackets. The universal bracket is shown there in the middle, and it has full adjustability, so you could mount it all the way up or all the way down. The fixed bracket is, as it's stated, it's fixed, but it can be used for round or square poles. It will ship included with the 3000K so that you can meet dark sky and lunar compliance. Next slide. There will be some phase-out implications of this product family because the Area Flood 1A will be discontinued and will be replaced by this Area 4A. But this will be a full spec grade product. So you will have really discrete photometrics, so it will do an excellent job and be able to space out your poles farther than our standard like Area Flood 2A. It will be 6 basic SKUs, and then you'll have the different distributions as well. Next slide. So in summary, each luminaire will ship with the universal bracket for both round and square poles. The 3000K will come with a fixed bracket. We will have the ability to do a Zaga Bluetooth sensor, and you will have lumen selectability in the products. So you have 3 wattages in each product, and it will be TAA compliant. Next slide. Continuing in the spec grade products, we will also be introducing a superior class non-cutoff wall pack. Next slide. This one will be dual selectable. So you'll have 3 wattages in each product, a 40 watt max, 80 watt max, and 120 watt max, up to 17,000 lumens. It will also be CCT selectable, 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000 K. You will have 2 different types of distributions. You will have a photo control option that comes, or photo control that comes as a standard, and then you will have the options to do a Bluetooth sensor or an emergency battery backup. The standard finish on this product is bronze. Next slide. So this will also carry the 10-year warranty in all applications. So it's not just an educational 10-year warranty like we offered before. It will have two different types of distribution. So if you're just trying to like ride along on the side of a building, or if you're trying to throw it out into maybe the beginning part of your parking lot, so you'll have some options there. It will be compatible with the Zaga Bluetooth sensor. It will have dual selectability, so you can have one unit that could meet 12 SKUs for you. It will have the enhanced design. So all of these products in the Superior class, the wall packs and the area light will all have the design. It will have the LEDVANCE brand. You can see this in the top right-hand corner. And then it will have the same aesthetics so that you can tie it all together as a family. Next slide. The other thing about this particular wall pack is that the side hinges will be hidden. So when you're looking at it from the front, you won't see, how this is installed. You won't see the hinges, you won't see the screws on the existing products and the standard traditional products. You see the hinges on the left side, you see the screws on the right side. You won't see that anymore because it's hidden behind the front face of the product. So they do have the same footprint though, so they will be able to replace an existing traditional wall pack without having to do any modifications to the wall. You wouldn't have to do any painting because that back box is the same size. You just won't see that hardware. And they are all the LEDVANCE branded housing, which you see in the top right-hand side. Next slide. There's no phase-out implications for this product family. This is a net new product for us because we haven't had a spec grade wall pack before. So this is totally new. Next slide. In summary, it will be a 10-year warranty product. It will have two different distributions with spec grade optics. It will be compatible with the Zaga Bluetooth sensor, and as a standard, it will have a basic photo sensor. You will have dual selectability, so you have a lot of versatility with each SKU, and you do have the enhanced design with the LEDVANCE brand, the hidden hinges, ease of installation. The product is expected to be available in August. Next slide. Okay, we're also adding a cutoff product as well in the Superior class. This is also a spec grade product. It will have the dual selectability, just like the non-cutoff that we just showed. The difference here is on the cutoff, we'll only be offering two sizes. Well, actually one size, but two wattage sizes. So an 80 watt max and a 120 watt max. Up to 17,000 lumens again. CCT selectable 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 120 to 277, 100,000 hour life, 10-year warranty, photo control is standard, Bluetooth is an option, and emergency battery backup is an option. Next slide. Again, this will be the 10-year warranty in all applications. It will have the two different distribution types with spec grade optics. You will be compatible with the Zaga Bluetooth sensor, just like the non-cutoff. All of the insides will be pretty much the same. It will have dual selectability, and it will have that enhanced design. So you see on the top right, you've got the LEDVANCE brand, you've got the 3 lines, you've got the hidden hinges, and you still have the same footprint for installing over an existing traditional wall pack. Next slide. So again, it's the same picture on this one. The only difference is this is a full cutoff luminaire, but the hinges are hidden and you have the LEDVANCE branded housing. Next. Again, there's no phase-out implications for this product family because this is net new for us. So we haven't offered the spec grade product. This will be one family and it will be 4 SKUs. Next slide. All right, so summary for the cutoff wall pack, 10-year warranty, the 2 distribution types with the spec grade optics, compatible with the Zaga Bluetooth sensor, comes standard with the photocell, dual selectability. So you have 6 SKUs in one, so you really have 24 SKUs, but you only have 4 NAID codes. And it is the enhanced design with the LEDVANCE brand and the hidden hinges. Again, availability in August. Next. All right, then we're also going to be offering our performance class dual selectable non-cutoff wall pack. Next slide. This product will also be dual selectable, so it'll be a 40-watt max, an 80-watt max, and a 110-watt max. This will be up to 15,000 lumens, 150 LPW, 120 to 277, CRI of 80. Will be CCT selectable 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000. It will come standard with a photocell, and it will have an option of emergency battery backup. This is a 5-year warranty product. Next slide. So this one will be TAA compliant for government jobs. It will have the traditional appearance, so the same look as the traditional products. Dual selectability to give you the increased versatility of each SKU. It will meet DLC 5.1, and it will be our first LEDVANCE branded non-cutoff wall pack in our portfolio. Next slide. This just shows the inside of the product where the switches will be. It will come standard at 4,000 K and at the maximum wattage. So all products will ship at 4,000 K and maximum wattage, and then you can make the adjustment inside the product when you're installing it. Next slide. So in this product, we are phasing out the wall pack 2s and wall pack 4s. So you will see those going away. They are on our promo sheet. That was 4 families. That was 56 different SKUs. This will be 1 family and 3 SKUs, and it will cover all of that because you'll have all of those wattages, all those CCTs, and the photocell in just the 3 SKUs. Next slide. So in summary, this product is TAA compliant for government jobs. It does have the traditional appearance. It is dual selectable, increasing the versatility, and it is DLC 5.1. This product is expected to be available in early June. Slide. All right, the other one that we have is our performance class dual selectable post tap. Next slide. This one will be really easy to install. It's going to be selectable wattages with a 60-watt max, 90-watt max, and a 150-watt max, up to 15,750 lumens. It is CCT selectable 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000 K. This one will be 120 to 347 volt, and it will have a variety of distributions, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will be stocking 1 distribution, and then if you need to have a different distribution, then we will do that as MTO, similar to what we do with our area lights today. We might stock a type 5, but if you need a type 3, it's 5 to 10 days to get that. So it will be the same thing here. We'll just swap out lenses in our facility in Kentucky. The dimensions are listed here. This is about a 20-inch round product, and it's about 2 feet tall. Right now, the lifetime is listed as 50,000 hours. That will be updated later on this week. CRI is 70. We do have options for a photocell. We do have options for finish, but the standard will be a bronze finish, and we're not offering the photocell as a standard. It would be an option. Next slide. So this is 120 to 347 volts, so it gives you the full range for US and Canada. It does have controlled optics to make sure that we are minimizing any light pollution. It does have the dual selectability, so you'll have 3 units, but you'll have essentially 18 units that you could sell. And it does have a UV stabilized polycarbonate lens. Next slide. So this shows where these switches will be for the dual selectability. It will be on the top of the head, and it's just these 2 little covers, and you unscrew them, and then you can switch it out to the CCT that you want or the lumen output that you want. All of these will come, they will ship with the highest wattage and at 4,000 K. And that's pretty much our standard for outdoor to ship it at 4,000 K and the highest wattage. Okay, next slide. So there's no phase out implication for this product family because we haven't offered a full post op, but we do offer HIDR bulbs, which are typically used if you have an existing post op. You could use the HIDR, but if you need a completely new luminaire, then we'll offer this this product, this total post op luminaire, which is integrated LEDs. Next slide. Okay, and then in summary, 120 to 347 volt. It does have controlled optics, type 2, 3, 4, and 5. It will be dual selectable, and it will have a UV stabilized polycarbonate lens. We are expecting that this product will be available the end of August. I think that's it for outdoor. So thank you very much for your time. Pass it on to the next person.
Awesome. Thank you, Emily. With that, we will move right along to Eric.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining. I'm Eric Boffey, and I'm the industrial product manager. I'm going to go over just a couple of products that we're going to be launching soon, and very excited about it. And we're going to start with the Volumetric Troffer and Retrofit Door Kit 6A. So this is our 6th generation of these type of product lines. These are LEDVANCE branded, as you can see. And they are going to be wattage and lumen selectable. So they're the retrofit door kits and the volumetric troffers are identical in appearance once they're installed. Obviously, the troffer is for new construction or retrofitting into existing ceilings, and the retrofit door kit would be installed in existing fluorescent troffers that you retrofit into the LED side. But once they're installed, they're identical in function and look, so they can be mixed in the same space, and it will look very, very uniform. So we're talking about 4 different products, 3 different sizes, the 1x4, 2x2, and 2x4. And the 2x4 is available in a lower wattage version and a boom and lumen high wattage selection. So both of these, all of these products are dual selectable. So from a CCT standpoint, they are 3,500 Kelvin, 4,000 Kelvin, and 5,000 Kelvin. And you can see the wattages there vary by the sizes, 1x4, 2x4, and 2x2. So the selections, you can go to the next page, actually. So the accessories that are going to be available for all of these are field installable sensors. So actually, can you go back to the first slide? I'm sorry about that. So you can see in this picture in the upper sort of right hand area of the lens, there is a cap on the lens that is a sensor base, and so all the products will be shipped. They look just like that, and there is just a flat cap over the sensor base, and that's how all of them will come out of the box. So the intent there is that there is an available PIR sensor that is field installable, so you can purchase as many of these products as you'd like, and then anyone that wants to get a sensor installed on it, you would just snap out that cover, and the field installable sensor just wires right in. Very quick to be done. And so what's shown there is the 2x2, but the 1x4 and the 2x2 have the same exact size and shape of that sensor base. These are also UNH, what we call UNH, so they are 120 to 347 volts, and they will be DLC 5.1 listed. Now you can go to the next page. I'm sorry. So from excuse me, apologize for that. In addition to the field installable sensors, these will also have EMBB options that will be additional NAID codes. So we will install the EMBB in our factory and ship it out with the EMBB together. So in addition to the PIR sensor, these products are also, that sensor base that is installed on every one of the fixtures is also sized specifically to accept the Lutron Vive. So these products will accept the Lutron Vive sensor. They are not, the Lutron Vive is not field installable. That would be installed in our factory, so it would be a different NAID code, but the product is easily upgradable to the Lutron Vive. There's also be surface mount kits for all the volumetrics and flange kits available for the volumetrics. And so Bluetooth, that sensor base will also accept Bluetooth sensors, which will be available later this year in an entire product family that we'll be launching. So those are also field installable. And all the wiring that is already included in all the fixtures will accept both the Bluetooth and the PIR sensors, but there will be more to come on that, on the apps, et cetera, on that Bluetooth as we launch that product family later this year. Okay, next slide. So this is the sort of an up close and personal on that sensor base that I talked about. You can see that the cover just snaps off. There's no tools. There's just little finger snaps at the end. And underneath that, there are wires that are clearly labeled. So the sensors will have a 12-volt input, and that 12-volt is the yellow wire coming out of the driver, and then the 0 to 10-volt dimming wires. And they're just push pins, so they push directly into the labeled slots on the bottom of the sensor, and then the sensor just snaps back in, and you're ready to go. Very quick and easy to upgrade to to the PIR sensors, and the Bluetooth will look very, very similar to that as well. Next page. So here's the summary. Again, there are 8 nade codes total. That's 4 for the volumetric and 4 for the retrofit door kits. So and remember the high volume or high wattage volumetric and our door kit in the 2x4 actually goes all the way up to 8,625 lumens. So quite the array of availabilities with just basically 2 different nade codes for the R door kit, and the volume 2x4s go anywhere from basically 3,000 lumens all the way up to 8,000 lumens. So quite the selection there. They are UNH, so 120 to 347 volts. And all the products are CCT and wattage selectable and has the field installable sensors. So I think we can go to the next page. And now another product that we're introducing is our new dual selectable vapor type 3A. Go to the next page. So this is available in 2-foot, 4-foot, and 8-foot. So there are 3 products, but those 3 products are dual selectable. So the 2-foot is the 15, 20, 25 watts. The 4-foot will be 30, 40, 50 watts, and the 8-foot is 70, 80, 90 watts. And all of them are also CCT selectable between 3,500 and 5,000 Kelvin. The products like the volumetric and our door kits I just talked about, these are UNH, so 120 to 347 volts. There is a 12-volt aux on the driver, and that enables people to use any accessory that drives off of a 12-volt aux. For our purposes, it will also drive the sensor. So the daylight motion sensor will run off that 12-volt aux. So when you order it from us, we'll install that using the 12-volt aux. Built-in 2.5K surge protection, 0 to 10-volt dimming. All of the external hardware on this product, that includes the lens clips, the mounting clips, and the V-hooks will all be stainless steel, so corrosion resistant. These are IP66 and DLC 5.1 listed with 144 LPW at 4,000 Kelvin. And an important note here is our current product line will be phasing out our current our current fixed wattage, fixed CCT vapor type product line will be phasing out, and this 3A will be phasing in. As we move forward with the 3A, the 1B will become obsolete. So, but like the existing product line, these are NSF, the NEMA 4X. Our current product line is mainly IP65. These are IP66. So there's an upgrade there as well. And again, these 3 nade codes cover a significant variety of lumens and CCT outputs. Okay, next slide. So these are the basic measurements of the product. So there's a 2-foot and the 4-foot that are basically 3¼ inches wide. And when we jump up to the 8-foot for stability and robustness, we jump up to about 5.3 inches wide. And there are, you can see along the back, there are multiple locations for those stainless steel mounting clips to be mounted on both the 4-foot and the 8-foot. And there's basically just at the ends in the center of the 2-foot. Next slide. So here's a little bit of information on the sensors now. The sensors are installed in our factory, so there'll be NAICS codes for these products with sensors and or EMBBs. The sensor is internal, so the entire system remains IP66 because the product is inside. Unlike our current product, this new product will have dip switches directly there. Once you remove the lens, the dip switches are exposed, and you can change the settings of the sensor while you install it or anytime after using the dip switches. But this product will also work using a remote control, so you can change the settings after the fact at any point using the remote control without having to get up and open the fixture. And when you change the settings using the remote control, it will override the dip switch settings on the fixture. And when we lose power for any reason, when it comes back on, the sensor will remember the last settings that you set, either with the dip switches or with the remote control. So whatever the last settings were, it'll be remembered when the power comes back on. Next. And so, like I mentioned, we have EMBB options for this. So the EMBB will also cover the entire 120 to 347 volt range. So there's no issue with downgrading the voltage range when we use the EMBB. The 2-foot is available with the EMBB, but we cannot fit both the sensor and the EMBB in the 2-foot. The 4-foot and the 8-foot are available with both the EMBB and the sensor, or either or. But again, the 2-foot is only available with the EMBB or with the sensor, but not both. Next. So here's the entire product line. As I mentioned, the sensors and the EMBB will be added in our factory. So there's specific NAICS codes. They're not field installable. All of these products are CCT and lumen selectable, IP66 NEMA 4X, and NSF splash zone rated. And the operating range is 120 to 347 volts. Okay, next slide. So this is my last product family, and it's not an LED product family. It is LED ready. So we're calling it tube ready fixtures. The product line is basically strips, wraps, vapor tight, and high bay. So the intent of the product is these are they come wired for type B LED tubes. So there's no ballast in there. They're direct wired to the tombstones to accept type B LED tubes. The 2-foot, the strips are available in 2-foot and 4-foot. And then we have the wrap, the vapor tight, and the high bay are all designed to accept the 4-foot products only. So the wrap is a prismatic, and it has it's designed to operate two lamps. The 4-foot vapor tight is also designed for 2 lamps. It is IP65 and polycarbonate lens and body with stainless steel clips and mounting brackets. So very robust and resistant to corrosion both inside and outside. And then the high bay is designed. There are 2 versions, one for a 4-foot and one for a 6-foot lamp. I'm sorry, one for 4 lamps and one for 6-foot. They're all 4-foot long, and they accept either 4 lamps or 6 lamps. Okay, next slide. So again, these things are designed to accept lamps, but they do not include the lamps. And the reason for that is so that you have the flexibility to put any wattage or any CCT lamp that you want in there. So you make the installation, and the end user can decide exactly what products, what is the correct light level and what is the correct CCT for each and every application. The lamps can be replaced at the end of life without changing the fixture. So the fixture can stay there, and you can just replace the lamps if there's any issues as far as at the end of life of any of these lamps. Or if they just want to change CCT or change wattages, et cetera, they can do so by just simply swapping out the lamps in the existing fixtures. So as I mentioned, these are UL type B ballast-free double-ended T8 lamps, and you can see the wiring diagram there. That's how these come wired from the factory. And the sockets and wiring is all rated for 600 volts. So these can be basically any wattage lamp or any voltage lamp. And they are UL damp rated except for the vapor tight. The vapor tight is IP65 wet rated. Next slide. So this is the overall product line. Again, as I mentioned, we've got a 2-foot and a 4-foot strip. The wrap, the vapor tight, and the high bays are all designed for 4-foot lamps. And the high bay is either 4-lamp or 6-lamp. So there's a wide selection of fixture configurations, and you combine that with a number of T8 LED tubes that are out there as far as wattage and CCT are concerned. Then you get a very, very wide variety of applications that can be fulfilled with using these tube-ready fixtures. And that is I believe, the end.
I believe so. Thank you, Eric. All right. So we will move right along, and we have Pablo up next. So I'll hand it off to Pablo.
Thank you, Nick. Well, good morning again, everyone. Let's start with the indoor products. So I will start with performance class LED light disc. We can keep moving, please. Okay, so what we have for this new generation of light disc, as all you know, we already are managing a family for this LED light disc. So this new generation have some improvements that we have added for this fixture. Okay, the first one is the versatility of application that we included in this light disc. Okay, so as you can see here in the presentation, we have an hybrid installation. It means we can fit into 3 or 4 J boxes, which is the most common application for this kind of light disc. But we can also have the 5 and 6 recessed downlight fixture. So we can also make this kind of installation for this lighting. So we have all the necessary accessories included in our packaging just to make whether of both kind of applications. Okay, so another fixture that we have is the 5 CCT selectable. For this light disc, we have 2 different lumen outputs. We have 900 lumen and 1200 lumen for these devices. All of them are in the same size. Okay, so you don't have any difference about size in this product, just the difference in the lumen output. Okay, and another, let's say, CCT that we are launching for this light disc is the single CCT in 3000 Kelvin. Okay, so this for sure is going to be our price fighter item. Okay, so this is gonna be under $6 at least. So as I told you, this is gonna be really focused in being a price fighter in the market. So that's why we just launched this single CCT. Okay, of course, this is CRI 90 and also CEC compliant with Title 24 compliant for this light disc. All the 3 fixtures. Okay, so we are going to have a 900 lumen in 5 CCT, a 900 lumen in 3000K, just the single CCT. And for the 1200 lumen, we are only going to have the 5 CCT version. No, we are not having for that lumen output the single CCT. Okay, and the voltage for this kind of products is always 120 volts. For sure, the dimming, it's going to be triac dimmable. Okay, and well, the warranty is going to be 5 years warranty. For sure, we also have for this fixture Energy Star and ETL certification. Next one, please. So in this slide, you can see that, well, for example, the CCT switch is located each side of the product. And this is also for your reference, just to figure out how the J-box installation is going to be done. So you just need to remove the diffuser, and you can make whether the CCT select or the J-box installation into the ceiling. Yes, and about the accessories, as I was just telling before, we have here everything to make the connection. You can make the E26 screw-based connection. You have here the torsion springs to make the recessed application of the product, or the metal plate if you need to make the J-box installation. For sure, this comes also with the wire nuts and the screws just to make the installation in the ceiling. Okay, and about the color trim rings, that it's something where that's the accessory that we most commonly used in the market. For sure, we are going to have the 3 most popular colors in the market. So we are going to have the black one, the bronze, and the satin nickel color. So we have the 3 different color trim rings for these fixtures. Well, actually, this technical drawing is just for your reference. It's always important that we all know about the exact dimension of the product. So we don't need to be in details about this slide, but this is just for your reference about the sizes. You are also going to have these technical drawings as always in the technical data sheet. So this is just for our reference. About the phase in, phase out. Well, as I told you before, we already have the current generation for this light disc. So the only one that we are not replacing is going to be the 650 lumens. Okay, that's let's say the lowest sales that we have in this family. So we just decided it was not necessary to launch again something in this lower lumen output. So we just get rid of this, and we are just going to keep the 900 and the 1200. So that's the families that we are replacing. And as I told you before, we are adding the 3000K in 900 lumens only. Okay, well, in summary, we have the installation versatility, which is great for any application that we need to do. Okay, the 5 CCT selectable, that it's also something that always helps us just to make reduce the complexity of the family. Okay, we have also the single CCT. If we need to be price competitive, we can go with this version. Okay, we have two different lumen outputs, which are the best seller in the market. So this is great. The CRI 90 and the CEC compliant, that is great just to also can sell in California. Okay, well, how does this help us to just to sell in the market? Well, the CCT, the versatility of the application, the high color rendering, California compliant. That's what I would say for this new light disc. Any doubt so far for this product?
Paulo, we're just gonna move right along to the next one. We're not gonna do any questions right now.
That's okay. Well, last but not least, we have also the LED under cabinet. Also, well, not a new generation, but a complement of the current true weight versions that we have in our hands. Okay, so what is the good thing about this LED under cabinet? The first one is that this is also going to be our price competitor. This will fall under value class segmentation. Okay, it means it's a good product, but it's more related to the price competitiveness of the product. Okay, so we have here a hybrid installation, so you can do whether plug-in installation or hardwire installation. Okay, you have here 3 CCT selectable. Okay, you can choose between 2700, 3000, or 4000 Kelvin. With the CCT switch that you can see in the front of the product. Okay, this is also linkable. So you have 5 different sizes for this under cabinet. You have 10, 12, 18, 24, or 36 inches. So for sure, the linkability, it's going to be different in each size because of the wattage of each product. So later on, we are going to see the chart where you can see how many fixtures we have linkable in each size. Okay, well, for sure you have the on-off switch also in the front of the product. So this is commonly used in kitchens or some application like that. So it's important to have this switch in the fixture. So we also have that. You have the tilting lenses also, 45 degrees. Okay, and this is also CEC compliant, so you can also sell in California. Okay, well. Yes, the 5 different sizes. This is also 120 volts and also triac dimmable. Okay, this is also 5 years warranty. Okay, so just for your reference, you have in the front of the product the on-off switch, as we just said before, and also the 3 CCT switch also in the front of the product. Okay, so well, you can see here the tilting lenses that we have for this under cabinet and also the linkability chart. So for example, for 10 inches, you can link until 30 pieces, okay, 12 inches, 25 pieces. Well, you can see here all the linkability pieces that we can just interconnect. So this is good that you know how many pieces you can just link, okay? Well, The hardwire installation, just for your reference, it comes in the back of the product. So to be honest, it's really easy to make the connection. Okay, so this image is just for your reference of how you need to do this kind of connection. Okay, and what about the accessories that we have for these fixtures? For sure, you have the plug-in connection. Okay, just to make the direct connection where is the installation. Okay, and you also have the linkability connector. Okay, so you will have one interconnector in each box, so you will have no problem to make the linkability in the pieces that you need. Okay, and well, also the wire nuts and the necessary screws to make the hardwire installation. Okay, technical drawing. This is also just for our reference. Okay, so you can see here for your reference, which is the exactly dimensions of the product. Okay, in summary, well, we have also here the versatility of installation, so you can do whether plug-in or hardwire installation. You have also the 3 CCT selectable, the bestseller CCTs that we have in this kind of under cabinets. Okay, you have in the front of the product the on-off switch, the tilting lenses also that makes a more versatility in the application, in the lighting. Okay, this is also linkable, which is great. You can make a big file of under cabinets installation. Okay, you have 5 different sizes, which is great. You can just choose whether it's better for the application that you are needing and the lumen output that you are looking for. Okay, so well, I think that's all for these 2 new projects that we have for indoor. So that's all from my side. Please tell me if there's any doubt about these 2 new launchings.
Thank you, Pablo. Yes,
Thanks so much.
these are awesome. But we will move right along to Jody, who is next. Jody, take it away. You're on mute, Jody.
I am sorry about that. Good morning, everyone. I have a few products to talk to you about today. The first is the substitute value LED T8. This is a 4-foot lamp only. We've had the value in the portfolio for years, and it has always been just an instant start only lamp. So this new phase-in will be an actual upgrade because we will list it on DLC 5.1, or it's actually already listed. So it will be compatible with Instant Start and Program Rapid Start Ballast and will be dimmable. So that is a big difference from the Instant Start only of the past generation. So again, just a 4-foot lamp, the 4 color temperatures. You can see the nades and the descriptions on the screen. They, as I said, will meet DLC and have all of those benefits. So the 50,000 hours and the dimmability for that new requirement. Next slide, please. So there is a phase in. We're currently working to phase down the inventory on the existing nades, as you can see on the screen. The description does have the IS in it on the old codes to indicate Instant Start only. The new codes will have the dim in the description, which does indicate that they're dimming and also Program Rapid Start compatible. So we do have stock in early June on most, and they will be turning to active codes as soon as stock is available. And next slide, please. So in summary and dimmable in one word. In summary, the new lamps will be dimmable. They will be DLC compliant, so eligible for utility rebates where available, and inventory in June. So this is that entry-level DLC compliant affordable lamp that also allows you to get some rebates if they are available for you. And next, the next family, this is a few different options now in our Dulux, which is our LED compact fluorescent pin-based product replacements. So there's 3 categories that I'm talking about today: the high output, the omnidirectional, directional, and the CCT selectable. Next, please. So the first family is the high output. So there's 2 form factors, as you can see in the photo. One is the horizontal mount and the other is the vertical mount for base up applications. These are a PIPO, so they are replacing not only compact fluorescents, but also the existing products in the portfolio that are the higher output. So they come in 2 forms. So there's a substitute version, which is our brand name for ballast compatible. So they'll work with the existing ballast. Or for applications where you want to take the ballast out of the equation, we have the lead-lescent version. So that is your direct wired version. So you can see that there's the nades on the bottom of the sheet there. So all the different color temperatures available in the G24Q base. So you might notice that on the lead-lescent, there's also G24D listed. So those lamps are actually 2-pin, and you can see in the picture, one of the bases I pulled out there was just the 2-pin. Those can be wired into applications where you are using the G24D base or the G24Q, GX24Q bases. Next slide, please. Here is the phase in, phase out. So I have turned the majority of these already active. So that means inventory is low on the existing code and we are ready to go. So if I noted that we will phase in when the current inventory is depleted, it'll take a little bit longer, but you can see it's mostly now and June. Next slide. The next family will be the Dulux Omnidirectional family. So these do not have different mounts for vertical and horizontal. Obviously, it's going to be more like the traditional products where the light is coming out from all directions. Again, in this family, we have 2 options. We have the substitute ballast compatible, and we also have the hybrid version, so the dual-lescent, either on the ballast or directly wired. So the bases are similar. So many of these lamps can be used in the same kind of base applications or the same fixtures. The substitute is the 4-pin and will work in the G24Q or GX24Q, but the hybrid option can be used in either. And these are not a direct phase in, phase out. So as I said, they are omnidirectional, which is new for us and can be used in a lot of the same applications. Next slide, please. So there is some indirect kind of phase in, phase out as I've indicated here. And again, I have already a little bit early have been able to turn these to active. So if you are looking for them, you should be able to see them online in our e-catalog and also order them. Next slide. The last in this category is the CCT selectable. So these do have the horizontal and vertical mounts, as you can see in the photos. Again, the 4-pin for the substitute or the compatible lamp, 2-pin for the hybrid dual-lescent, so working on the ballast or directly wired to line voltage. There's 4 nades because they are color selectable in 3000, 3500, and 4100 Kelvin. So because they're selectable, we just have the 2 per orientation. So 2 vertical mounts, 2 horizontal mounts. And again, same base designations. Next. So again, kind of an indirect phase in, phase out, where we have the product family going away, and then these obviously can replace multiple different color temperatures and either G24D for the hybrid or GX24 for both. Next slide, please. This is an example of the wire diagram of the 2-pin across the board. So either lead-lescent or dual-lescent options, they can be wired in either configuration when replacing product without a ballast. And next. So in summary, this family expands our current offering. There is some phase out going on, but we will have more options as far as color selectable, the omnidirectional for those applications where you need the light to come out in all directions. There's not DLC categories for all of these lamps, but where there are DLC categories, they will be listed on DLC. And inventory, again, as I mentioned, we were able to turn most of these active already. Right, and next, the last product I will talk about, and I'll try to go a little bit quicker as we're nearing the end and still have a presenter, is the lead-lescent ballast-free 2-foot, 3-foot, and 4-foot lamps. So this is to get our product family up to DLC 5.1, and the requirement for DLC 5.1, the big change is the dimmability. So for this type of technology, the dimming will be only on 120 volt. So that's a big factor to remember when you have an application where you want to dim. So it is a PIPO. All of the other specifications stay the same. So the same lumen outputs we have today, the same wattage options, and the 2-foot, 3-foot, and 4-foot different lengths. So CCT is 3,000 up to 5,000. And you can see the bottom, the product listing there with all the nades. Next slide, please. Here is the phase in, phase out. So as inventory depletes, of course, we're turning things active, but because of the DLC requirement by the cutoff date, all of these products will be active and available to you. So again, in summary, it was a necessary update or upgrade to get these lamps to be listed as DLC compliant for 5.1 for your rebates. The specifications didn't change other than that. Keep in mind, dimming performance is limited. So it is 120 only, and that is not unique to us. That's kind of inherent in the technology. New nades will all be available by the DLC cutoff date. And I believe that is it for me. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Jody. All right. And we'll move right along to our last product for today. Jose, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you, Nick. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today. This is Jose Alejandro Lopez, and I'm going to talk about the new generations for the micro LED specialty lamps, the items that we are launching. We are moving to a more traditional look, offering some new types that are popular in traditional that we didn't have before. These new generations items have new technology that is COB, chip on board, offers many advantages over the standard options like high light efficiency, better lighting effect, compact size. So let's see the specifications. On wattage, we have different values. As you can see, the values comes from 1 wattage to 4.5 wattage. That depends on the items. Lumens comes from 90 to 400. This also depends on the models and the wattage of each items. The efficacy comes from 80 to 116. Some items are dimmables and the others not, as you can see here. For voltage, all the items have 120 volts except one, the 1 watt G4 base. It is 12 volts. All the finish are clear glass, and all the items have 3000 K for CCT. The lifetime for all the items are 10,000 hours, except the E17 base, that is 15,000 hours. The warranty for all the items are 3 years, and here also you can see the ordering abbreviations for the items. The next slide, please. Okay, on futures, we have some points. The items for new generations are available in a variety of shapes and base types, as you could see on the image before. And as I said before, in natural white of 3000 K. The compact size of the specialty lamps makes them ideal for a variety of applications in both residential and commercial applications. These bulbs have all the features of your typical LEDs, such as low heat emissions, high energy efficiency, and a long rated life of 10,000 or 15,000, as I said before. And as I said before, they have COB technology, has a higher production efficiency compared to SMD, making it a great option for people with a specific lighting performance requirements. The next slide, please. Here we have the phase-in, phase-out items that we are going to replace these 5 old nights with these new generation items. The next, please. Okay, for summary, here's the summary for micro LED specialty items. So we are moving, as I said, to a more traditional look. The compact size makes them ideal for a variety of applications for residential and commercial applications. New items have to a more traditional look. As I said before, the items are suitable for dime locations. They are and are not for diamond applications. It depends on the items. And here you can see a complete list of nights and when they will be available. So that's all for me. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Jose. And that is the end of the May 2022 LEDVANCE product launch. So I just want to thank all of the presenters for today, as well as everybody for joining today. As I mentioned at the beginning, we will have an email sent out to everybody that contains not only the slides, but also a recording of this webinar. And if you have any questions, please reach out to your local LEDVANCE sales rep. And I hope everyone has a great rest of the week. Thank you, everybody.